What up guys, vDazzleHD here, and today I'm going to show you a quick tutorial on how to do this sort of text effect on the sphere. In this preview it's not exactly perfect, didn't try to get it perfect. I've sort of mastered it a little bit now, trying it, just for because I remembered a few people I've seen have asked for this before, so yeah, this is for you guys. So let's head into cinema. So the first thing you're obviously going to want is a sphere. Just keep this sphere as it is. I'm going to show you with texturing and lighting afterwards as suitable for the sphere. And now we're going to want MoText. Straight away we're going to want to put the depth down to 0, put it into middle. I'm not going to worry about the font. And now we want to bring this 100 centimeters forward, 50 centimeters down, so minus 50, minus 100 on the Y and Z axes. Sorry, just got Batman Forever on the screen, just watching it. So now we're ready to wrap it around the text. I'm just gonna replace this to tutorial, and I'm going to scale it down quite a bit to about 100, and then horizontal spacing just so they're all sort of tighter together. Now as you see, that's nothing like we want. I'm going to zoom in quite a bit here. It's nothing like we want. So what we want is it actually wrap around the text. So you want to come into here on your bend tool, and then hit wrap and put the wrap around the MoText. Now first thing you want to do is bring the radius all the way down to 0, and that's wrapped it round, but as you see, hasn't done a great job for the bits going there. And because of that, it's on the cylindrical right here on the wrap. So that will basically won't wrap it round on the length, just round as if it was a sender. So now you need to change that from cylindrical to spherical, and as you see, there it is on your text. Just drag it out a little bit. Sorry, make sure you're not selecting your wrap. Drag it out a little bit, just so none of your text is in the sphere. And if we render that out now, beautiful. So now we're ready for the texturing. Now, so on this, I'm gonna go to the color table, select a light grey, hit reflection, just leave that as it is, and then go to Fresnel or Fresnel, however you want to say it, and then put that on your sphere. So if we render that out, it's still going to look the same because we've got no lighting on it. And now you can just take your specular off, either put it as black or just take off the colour, no difference on that, and put that on the tutorial. And so now we have that look. So now to make the sphere shiny, this is also another tutorial within itself. I'm going to not add one of those, but you're going to want to get a plane and just make a sort of simple softbox, that's the word. And now create another new material. Don't have to create it white, just hit luminance and then it's completely white like that. Put it on the plane, and then as you see, that's got shiny texture into it, and then that looks kind of nice on its own. So now we need to come into the render settings. I'm going to change the width to 1920 by 1080. I'm going to lock this ratio, and that's for 1080p. And if you want 720p, you put it 1280 by 720. So I'm going to keep it on 1920 by 1080. Keep everything else the same. go to save. Now, because I don't want the background on this to render out while I'm making this and editing it in Photoshop, I'm going to change this format to PNG and then add an alpha channel. So basically, the alpha channel, any background or sort of like skylight, none of that will render out, just this. So that's kind of good. Now we're not going to add multipass. Go to anti-aliasing and change that from geometry to best. Change minimum level or min level to 2 by 2. And on options, you're going to want to keep default light, otherwise otherwise this text, because I've added no because I've got no specular on it. So as we see, if I take off the default light and we render it out, look, none of that is even going on. So we need to keep that default light on, and I'm going to take off the specular just because it looks better. And now on effect, we're going to add ambient occlusion. I think that's better for working with gradients and spheres and roundy objects. It just makes it sort of look more realistic, and it's kind of good for shadows with global illumination. So, and we also need to add global illumination. So changes gamma to 2.2, and then radiance cache. Stochastic samples, go to low, record density low. This just makes it really fast, and if we render this out now, you'll see it's sort of blurry. You can see where the reflections are at, and tutorial, and it sort of goes blurry, and this really cuts down on rendering time if it's on low, then to medium, and obviously your specs on your computer will sort of change that. And as you see here, that has rendered out, but that's part of the background. You can't really see that, that's black. But because I got that on PNG, when I actually render that out, that won't be there, but I'm going to that will be there, sorry, on black. The whole sphere will be. So I'm going to I'm not really going to worry too much about that right now. Just want to have a quick little render out. As we see, the text sort of looks a bit more realistic. It looks like it's actually, you can see it's a little bit more out of the sphere. You can see the tiny shadow here. The reflection looks really nice, I'd say. And this really does help a lot, but reflections sort of are only nice on rounded objects. That's why I'd use fillet cap when I'm using it on text. As you see, it's not pixelated there. Around the sphere on the top, it's all fine, and you've got your tutorial there. So now I'm just going to come out of this, add a copy and paste this plane, and hold down shift and 90-degree angle. And then I'm just gonna drag that down, copy and paste that again, put it over here, copy and paste that one again, put that in front of the camera, just so it gets all